Morning we're going to do a tile freeze test. It's currently 6/16/2010 at about 10 o'clock a.m. These tiles were purchased from Creative Flooring Design in Sedona, Arizona, and they were distributed by Mexican Tile and Stone in Phoenix. I've had a tile delamination issue which I've been in discussion with both of these suppliers about, and today we'll actually start a test on these. This is the test methodology that we use. We're going to establish a brand new tile weight. We'll do a couple hour soak, establish the wet weight, then we'll freeze them. We'll do a sun thaw and take a look at the side of those tiles and see if there's any delamination. And we'll repeat this cycle and see how many cycles the tiles.
First thing we want to do is establish the calibration of the scale with a 50-gram calibrated weight. It measures 50 grams. And you can see it's currently 10:04 on 6. What we're going to do first is we're going to take the weight of a 4x4 tile and also an SBN, both brand new. Plus we're going to check the weight of the plastic bag also, because we're going to bag these. So here we are. The dry weight of one of these tiles is 169 grams. That's the weight of one tile in a plastic bag. The SBN has a dry weight of 87.2 grams. Submerge the tiles. They're underwater completely. You can see there's a stream of bubbles coming out of the tile and the SBN. So they're clearly absorbing water. We'll see how much they absorb, and we'll leave them in here for approximately 3 hours. This is the time in. Temperature of the water in the tiles is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Quite a stream of bubbles coming out of there, so they're clearly absorbing water. There's the SBN. It's about 98.8. So you can see we started at 87, we're at 98.8, roughly 12 grams. So we're going to go freeze it, and we're going to freeze half the tile submerged. Thursday the 17th, 7:03 in the morning. And this is the end of the first thaw cycle, so we froze it overnight. We're going to let the sun beat on it here for a while and then observe the tiles and see how they stand up. Here's some of the tiles that was installed by Creative, and we're trying to determine if it's a tile issue or an installation issue. It could be an installation issue because they didn't float them in a bed of mortar. Basically just ran a couple beads, so maybe the water's getting behind them and freezing. But we'll see. We'll run these a couple cycles and see how they hold up. Okay, it's Thursday the 17th, 10:21 a.m. and we've completed one cycle test of the tile. And these are the conclusions. The tile glazed surface has cracked. There's numerous fractures in the glazing surface of the tile. The tile absorbed 10% of its weight in water, and per ASTM C373, this tile is non-vitreous, and by definition, non-vitreous tile is for use in indoor applications only. Okay, we've just taken the tile out of its second soak, and it weighs in at 194 grams. Initially it was 169, so that's absorbed 25 grams of water. So this tile is more like a sponge than it is a tile. The SBN after round 2, 99.8 grams, 99.9, so it's picked up 12.7 grams of water on the SBN. Okay, it's Friday morning the 18th, and we just pulled the tiles out of the sun, completing the second cycle. And you can sort of see there's cracks everywhere throughout the glaze, at least on the 4x4s. Let's look at the SBN. It's Sunday morning, and we'll take a look at the tile here. It's gone through a couple days of freeze-thaw cycles, and let's take a look. So you can see there's cracking all throughout the glaze. You know, the tile has not experienced a catastrophic failure, but the whole surface of the tile exhibits cracks, and those go through into the tile. I suspect the only reason these tiles lasted as long as they did in the step application is because they were completely encompassed by epoxy grout. But you can see, if you could see this tile in person, you'd see that the cracks are everywhere throughout the glazing. So because these tiles were just not fit for exterior application, they never should have been used in that application. They absorb water like a sponge. The non-vitreous tiles, it was just the wrong tile for the application. Bottom line. Thanks for watching my video. There's an even better close-up look at some of these cracks now that the tile's dried out. Goes completely through the glaze down to the ceramic, and basically, because these tiles are so absorbent, not going to take too many more cycles before we see catastrophic failure of the tile. This is only with a couple temperature cycles. This is nothing. So I'd say my conclusion, based upon my technical analysis of these tiles and the temperature cycling tests, is that these tiles were not the appropriate tiles for the job. By definition, they absorb 10% of their weight in water. Bad tiles. Okay, there's a close-up. Get a pretty good idea there. Cracks are everywhere. And they go all the way through. Looks like a road map. Four cycles, 5 cycles, on their way to destruction.